My fellow Kenyans, my fellow citizens, my fellow East Africans, my fellow Africans. Now, I want to tell you about something called imperialism. Yesterday, according to Al Jazeera, they said that 200 Burkina Faso soldiers were killed by Al-Qaeda linked. I want to tell you as a viewer, if you hear Al-Qaeda, it's Western intelligence services putting pressure on African states to throw their leaders out or to give them minerals, or this is their way of destabilizing our countries. They do that in Syria, they've done that in everywhere you go. This lie of Islamic militancy and Islamophobia is used against their own people for divisionary tactics. The CIA has been doing that in Iran since Mossadegh, Honduras. They've done it everywhere. This is just a new reincarnation. Where we want to tell them that Captain Traore will live. Captain Traore must live. Captain Traore is an idea. Captain Traore is going to defeat those insurgents. Captain Traore is going to show the Sahel, West Africa, probably the whole of Africa, that if democratically elected governments do not deliver on the political economy of their countries and they sell us out to Western corporate interests, and they do not defend their citizens, their companies, their minerals, their resources, their food, all these things, we are going to support people like Traore. Because we don't want mimic men. We don't want chieftaincies. We do not want African lives to be treated like slaves and chattel. We reject it. And this generation is as 100 times more militant than mine. Mine was militant, but it was not as militant as this one. I was militant about it, not my generation. So, Captain Traore is a symbol. And when you hear conservatives here in Kenya as our president, the senator from Nandi, who was senator right on it? Cheregei. That one. No, that was not Cheregei. This one is another one who spoke out against I'll find out. These are conservatives. I think the senator is from Kericho. I'll find out. He spoke on the Senate floor in an absurd way. We refuse to be exploited anymore. We refuse exploitation of those inside this country doing corruption, exploiting us, so that our citizens can't take transportation and they walk. And the kind of business that we do is selling those sausages there. This is not acceptable in the 21st century. I'm not a red-eyed transformer. I'm just talking about the reality and the realism. Look, see that? People are cutting grass to go and feed their cows because they can't afford to buy grass, napier grass for their livestock. We demand change. We demand democracy, good governance, and the pursuit of well-being. If you do not do it, we will get Captain Traore to fix you people. Because the words of the Lord are righteous, altogether true, and precious. Amen.